The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, the Cubs went to London, and it was pretty nice. Cubs in London against the Cards was epic, crushing them 9-1 on Saturday. I love the English call of Swans. Whose home run was this?
Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson. I have a hard time.
Swenson, like the chicken?
Dansby
that you give in the grocery store?
Swanson. It's hard to say that all the way through.
That's not really
Dansby Swanson. Pretty simple.
Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson.
No.
I can't do it.
Everybody in your car, just say to yourself quietly right now, Dansby Swanson. It's pretty easy.
It's a big hit by Swanson that's going all the way back. Is it going to get over the wall? It is. It's into the bullpen. And that might be the exclamation point on a great Chicago Cubs victory here in London tonight. A long bomb from Dansby Swanson, 2-run homer.
A long bomb from Swanson. See, he sounded like me.
No, he did not.
He sounded kind of like me. That's awesome.
That is so cultured.
I love it. Sounds great.
I just immediately felt like I was watching Ted Lasso. So it was like the Cubs and Ted Lasso came together, which was very exciting.
That's the mega powers colliding. Good for you.
It's all my happiness.
Yeah.
Well, they went up 4-0 on Sunday in the first. Thought another blowout coming, but Stroh got a blister on his finger. Got to come out of the game. I got a blister. Got a blister on his finger. Come on, man. Tough it out.
Why would you want him to push through and then have a worse hand?
They were up 4-0.
One of our best pitchers.
They were up 4-0. He's got a couple days off. He'll be better. A blister would heal up pretty quick.
They weren't up 4-0 when he came out.
I believe just right after that he was. Right after that's when he started. They were 4-2 because he started to throw some bad stuff, and he got to fight through that with that blister.
How about you don't fight through it because they started like scoring?
Get through the blister. He would have been fine. Then it all fell apart after that, and they lose the game. He could have stayed in. If he stayed in, they would have won the game. I'm just saying that. I don't think that. I think so.
He was shaking his hand every time he threw it. That was what the problem was. That and Trey Mancini, but that's all. I mean, that's
I'm saying you got to fight through that, Stroh.
Even Trey took that on. Like, he talked about it.
Best pitcher in the National League. Okay, well, heal his blister and come home. They lose. But anyway, split the series. Pretty awesome. But
let me ask you real quick, Brian, before we talk about the big news coming out of this series.
Yeah.
Cubs won 9 straight before they went to London.
Yep.
You were super, super concerned about London perhaps throwing off their mojo.
Right.
Austin Powers were not intentional there. I didn't mean to do a big London tie-in. How do you feel? They split the series. Are you okay with that? Are you still complaining about them going to London and having fun?
Well, Stroh got a blister, so it didn't work out.
All I know, regardless of score and when he came out of the game, if you walked in with a blister, you would complain about it for 4 hours straight. So I support Marcus Stroman.
But I'm not getting paid $38 million.
No, you're not.
So there you go. $38 million, you stay there with a blister.
We all have to suffer for it.
You are the victims of my salary. So Ernie and Double Features Bob, crew members here with the morning crew, got a pick. And they texted me and they said, you'll never guess who we just got a picture with. And I said, the King. And they said, no. I said, Paul McCartney. And they said, no. And here it is. And it was them with Q101 shirts and Lori Lightfoot, of all people.
I hate when you ask a question and people guess the better thing. It's the worst. Like when you're like, well, no, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, pop quiz, what's Ernie's wife's name?
Mary.
Yeah, there you go.
Man.
She wasn't in the picture, though.
I feel bad for Mary. She should probably take the stupid picture.
I can't tell you how many DMs I got. Hey, is that Ernie's wife? Taking the picture all weekend long. And our great crew members, the picture's up at Q101's Facebook page. And it's epic that they're just trolling her with our Q101 shirt. Some people thought we were trying to promote her. Calm down. Calm down. You're over in London and Lori Lightfoot's there.
There's no promoting. She already lost. Yeah. So we're not trying to get you to vote a certain way. That's happening.
Thank God she lost. Thank God. So the Cubs come home to take on World Series runner-ups, the Phillies, at Wrigley tomorrow. The DraftKings Sportsbook, that amazing sportsbook with a 2,000-foot screen, also opens up tomorrow at Wrigley Field.
I'm ready to lose some money.
You can't bet there yet. That's the problem.
Okay.
It's kind of like a big sports bar. They're going to put the betting.
You can just use the app while you're there, though.
You can use the DraftKings app. That's the benefit.
It's like the ambiance.
Yes.
I've been using the DraftKings app a lot the past week. It's been a tough week for me. I might bounce back with this Philly series.
It would actually probably help you, as a potential addict case, to put limits on yourself if you can only use the app once you're in the DraftKings building. Like, put that around you.
Well, I put limits
Make
on
an evening out of it.
I put limits on myself. It's the amount of money that I have in my bank account. That is my limit.
No,
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's good for your future.
Again, it's a salary issue. Kind of like
Not a ring anytime in Mackenzie's future.
Give me a few years. Good
But not if
Lord.
you keep gambling like that.
I'm going to gamble my way into an engagement ring.
Oh, boy.
Well, if you only had a blister and got paid $38 million on your hand.
Would you stop coming for Strowman? He has given us an insanely wonderful year.
I love him. I just thought he could have stayed in the game with a blister. That's all I'm saying.
The last thing I need is arguably our best pitcher who's had, how many quality starts now?
Oh, well, he's the best pitcher in the National League.
It's unbelievable. If he feels not good, then take him out.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Have you ever seen a blister escalate to something more catastrophic?
Yes. As a woman who wears heels, and
Yes.
it's like, oh, it's a little blister. Oh, now it's the entire back of my foot.
Okay.
And now it takes days and days and days, and you can't practice. Why would you let that escalate?
I just don't think he's going to have to amputate his finger from a blister. I just don't think so.
He may have to take a few games off if he lets it get huge.
They get a few games off.
A few games. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let's go to the White Sox.
Good Lord.
The White Sox had a wild weekend. That's why we're bringing Case, the producer, and our White Sox fan on the South Side, taking the series from the Red Sox. A walk-off win on Saturday. Nothing better than a walk-off win, by the way.
No.
And then 2 home runs from Lewis Robert on Sunday.
Our game. It should. How about that? An absolute rocket.
That sounded really loud.
That was a loud
That was
hit.
a nice sound, though.
That was great. Want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Our game. It should.
Oh,
I
God.
like that. I love that sound.
How did the bat not break on
That's
that
like
one?
a sound effect on Google when you look up baseball, smack.
They're using Lewis Robert now.
That's good.
Yeah.
They go on the
That's
road,
crisp.
start a series with the Angels tonight. As you mentioned, the NASCAR race, we'll have tickets for that coming in about 15 minutes. Clash with Kenzie, you beat her, you get Chicago NASCAR street race tickets.
Oh, God, I have to do that again.
Do what?
Trivia.
Every day.
Every day with the questions.
That's coming up.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, let's go. NASCAR race. Yeah, they're set. We can see from our window how they're setting up everything in the barricades. Again, be careful if you're driving downtown. Anything south of the river by Grant Park is going to be blocked off, so don't go that way if you can. But it's going to be epic this weekend, and you can be there. The Chicago NASCAR street race. 312-591-8300 with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. You beat Kenzie in trivia, you get the tickets. If Kenzie wins, everybody's got a chance at tickets. So your first chance in is calling and taking her on in trivia. She's got her new heated chair today. She's settling in. I don't know if that's going to help or hurt your brain.
Well, when I get cold, I shut down and I don't think clearly. So
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. 312-591-8300. Call now and bring your A game.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Well, especially with her heated throne.
I really hope there's a question on how to install one of these because I just did it this morning.
If you haven't seen, Kenzie now sitting in a heated chair or a heated cover for the chair that she bought on Amazon over the weekend. You can see it on our cameras at Q101.com and, of course, our YouTube channel. So,
It's portable.
would you put up the link to where you bought it, though? People were asking they want to buy one.
Oh, really?
So on the Facebook page, put it in the comments, please, Kenzie, when you get a chance. Not right now, because you've got to compete against Catherine from LaGrange Park for Chicago NASCAR street race tickets. Now, everybody should stay put, because if Kenzie wins, we do not let her keep these tickets. Everybody still has a chance to go to the
Period.
NASCAR race, right? Catherine Ahoy, tell us something really quick about yourself.
Ahoy! I'm so excited to try and win these tickets for my husband. Whoa!
Oh, that's so sweet that you're that excited to win them for somebody else. That's so cute.
My husband loves car racing, and this would just be so awesome to take him to.
Oh, wow, you're so excited.
She's so sweet.
You missed his last Christmas, Father's Day, birthday, right?
All of it, yep. Didn't
cool.
get anything.
All right, well, I hope you win. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, call it.
Tails never fails.
It does today. It is heads.
Wow, it's been heads a lot lately.
Kenzie wins the toss. Kenzie, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Kenzie. Who was president
Why every time? How many presidents have there been? Good
Quite a few.
Lord.
Here's a few.
Good Lord.
That might be a question tomorrow, by the way. How many presidents have there been?
I'm going to jump off something. Let her go first.
Until you start studying presidents, we're going to keep asking these questions.
God.
Who was president between the years of 1961 and 1963?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan was not the president. Catherine, do you know?
Was that JFK?
That was JFK. There you go. Shorter term for some sad reasons. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, I should have picked up on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, listen to the years, Kenzie.
Well, I thought some people got, kicked out for other things.
No, they bail out. They're just tired of it.
Things happen.
Damn Vietnam War.
I didn't even pay attention to that. I just heard 6 and I blacked out.
It's 1-0. It's back to Catherine.
Catherine, in what state do the Cubs play their spring training games in?
Arizona.
Arizona is right. Kenzie, who sang the song Gangsta's Paradise? Gangsta's Paradise.
There was like a couple people on that joint, wasn't there?
There's one specific person we're looking for. 3, 2.
Coolio.
Coolio, good job. Almost at the buzzer.
God, I was like, if it's not him, it's going to really suck, though.
Mm-hmm.
You just overthink it. It's making me nervous. I can see my sweater off.
Okay, so we got 2-1.
It's 2-1. Back to Catherine. Rest in peace, Coolio.
Catherine, got 2 dead people in those questions.
Oh,
JFK and Coolio.
One and the same.
Let me tell you something.
Who was president when Coolio? Come on.
No other radio show in the country had JFK and Coolio in the same conversation.
No, we do that.
No, I didn't have that on my bingo card today.
2-1. Back to Catherine.
Catherine, what soda brand produces the Baja Blast flavor?
Oh, I don't drink pop. Pepsi?
Pepsi is not right. Kenzie?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. We got a tie game. Back to Kenzie.
Yep.
A tie game. What does the word pterodactyl start with? The letter. What letter?
A P.
It is a P. Wow.
Pterodactyl. That's what my son and I say as a joke.
Back to Catherine. What is the common name for the library classification system?
The Dewey Decimal System?
That's right. Tie game again. Kenzie, the Jedi's preferred weapon is what? The Jedi.
A lightsaber.
Lightsaber's right. See, so you never know anything about Star Wars. There you go. Good
Oh,
job.
I got that.
Back to Catherine.
Yep.
Where does the Muffin Man live, Catherine?
Oh, no.
3.
In a shoe. I don't know.
It's not in a shoe. Kenzie, where does the Muffin Man
You know
live?
the Muffin Man.
This is for the win, by the way.
The Muffin Man who lives on, what lane? It's on a lane.
3, 2.
A candy lane?
Candy Lane. Oh, at least he got Lane. That was pretty impressive. The Muffin Man lives on Drury Lane.
I literally thought it was Drury Lane. I was saying in my head, I'm like, well, that's made up.
So you
That's a
thought?
nutcracker.
So you thought Candy Lane was better?
Yeah. I'm like, that adds up. Oh my God. I was like, Drury Lane. That's just
boy.
me mumbling.
Okay.
All right, it's 4-3. It's back to Kenzie. She can win with the correct answer and give everybody a shot at these NASCAR tickets.
I'm so upset because I thought it was a made-up word in my head, Drury Lane. I'm like, well, that's stupid.
Kenzie, who?
What?
Who?
I'm so angry right now.
You better calm down and focus.
I'm so angry.
You can win right here. Here you go. Who won the first season of American Idol? The first season.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly Clarkson's right. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Catherine. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I tried, right?
You did try, and hopefully you had fun. But you know what? Hang up right now, and we're going to give a shot to everybody in just about 10 seconds. So stay right here.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
God bless the baby.
312-591-8300. Caller 10 gets those NASCAR tickets for the Chicago Street Race. Coming up here, July 4th weekend with Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
How did you win or lose the weekend? Coming in here on Monday, we love hearing about your weekends. And on Friday, you have things you anticipate. You tell us some things. And you come back on Monday and tell us what happened. For example, let's go through some of the list of some of our crew members out there, what they did. My newly refinished hardwood floors are drying. Can't wait to move my stuff back in. You ever have to do that, take stuff out of the house, because you're refinishing part of the house, you're doing something there, and then you live kind of temporary, and it's really annoying. But when you're done and whatever you fixed is so much better, it's incredible.
It's worth it. It's just a journey.
I got to say, Sheila, they look amazing, the hardwood floors, too.
They look good.
Look good. Friday, some people went to Anissa, went to go see Stevie Nicks.
Ooh.
Pretty good show.
I love me some Stevie Nicks. You want to talk about a witchy woman? That's the way to my heart.
She
right
can
there.
still sing, too. Like a lot of people by 70 have lost their voice if they were around since the 70s, you know? Let's see. Sylvia growing those green tomatoes. Chris checked in watching all of season 2 of The Bear. I have to do that. I had to go out of town this weekend, so I didn't have a chance. I knew that dropped, and I wanted to see that. I had to go out of town and help my mom. I went to Nashville, and everybody goes like, oh, man, did you go to Broadway and Rage and do all that? I go, no, I went to my mom's apartment and helped her walk around like a seeing eye dog because she had cataract surgery. And apparently when you have that, and you can tell me if you've done this or maybe you had to go through it or maybe your parents or an older relative did, but it's all blurry. Like, it's worse than she thought. Sometimes the side effects are bad. It's really bad. Mm-hmm. So I was basically a seeing eye dog. Like, I got to take her to the bathroom. I got to do everything for her. Now I'm happy I did it. It was very...
That's a cool time to spend with your mom, though.
Yeah. But I found out something. My dad, I've talked about this on the show. We keep our whole family, our lives totally on here. You guys know my dad passed away last year. And you're sitting there, I'm urging anybody that has a beef with your parents and are not talking to them to fix it somehow. If it's their fault still, just be bigger and try to power through it. I know they can be a-holes. Your parents, I know people have some really bad parents out there and they just don't talk to them anymore. Try to mend it and talk to your parents again. Try to do it because when they're gone and you can't do it anymore, you can't go back. You can't all of a sudden go, maybe I should have fixed that. Do it now. I know it can suck. Power through it. Now, I didn't have that problem, but I just found out more and more things about my dad every time I get a deep dive with my mom.
Yeah.
Found out all of a sudden out of nowhere that when all the kids got out of the house, went to college and were out, my dad took vocal lessons because he wanted to go into bars and sing because he was a good piano player and he had a good voice too. That's where I got it,
Like, can you sing?
Listen to this. Hello, I'm waiting here for you ever long. Is that good?
So no.
That's not good?
There's a shorter answer to that question. Should I take the scenic route to my answer?
I want to give you some little taste. I could say yes or no, but I gave you the evidence, and apparently it's not. I don't know. Listen, I play guitar.
You're good at guitar. You are good at guitar.
Thank
I've heard
you.
that.
Thank you. You've heard that, but you haven't heard me play. I want to shred for you someday.
No, I've heard you play.
Okay, good.
You played to Harper. I heard it.
That's right.
And I thought that was good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I've always wanted to go out and perform, but I've never sang in front of anybody. And I found out my dad wanted to do this too, and he never did it either. He got vocal lessons, something happened. He probably had to get money to pay our rent or our mortgage or whatever, and didn't do it.
Aww.
So he never pursued that. So now
You kind of killed his dream.
I did.
Yeah.
I guarantee I did.
You sank that ship.
I was not a good basketball player. I agitated him all the time because he was a great basketball player, and Now we're getting into a therapy session here. Now we're getting really deep dive. But I decided that I've talked about this, but I'm going to do it. I've played in bands before, but it's been several years now since I've been in a band. I am going to work on performing by myself out somewhere. If there's a bar that wants me to come sing some songs, give me a deadline. That way I have to do it.
Wait, you actually want to sing?
I want to play acoustic guitar and sing like 3 songs in front of people. Maybe I can do 3 or 4.
What would be your top, like the for sure song you would sing? What's like the number one?
I Am the Bull God by Kid Rock.
Really? The number one on the set list?
No, it's not.
Opening song?
I would like to do Foo Fighters, Everlong, maybe some Pearl Jam, maybe some 21 Pilots, if I can figure out a way to do that acoustic. That's your boys. I don't know.
They some good voices, don't you think?
I want to challenge myself. So if I had a bar that would say, you got to play here, I don't know, August 10th, I will work on it then and I'll force to do it. If somebody wants to hire me to do that, I'll do it for free. I'll do it for charity. You can pay me and I'll give the money to charity.
I don't know if it's going to raise what you think it's going to raise. I don't know if it's going to make the dent.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, we're just talking about how you won the weekend. Brian and Kenzie, Q101, 312-591-8300. You could check in. I talked about how I found out from my mom that my dad took vocal lessons after all of us got out of the house. All 4 boys were gone. He was a great piano player, and he had a good voice, but he was trying to figure out how to do that and play like in bars or restaurants or something, and he never finished it, and so I'm going to finish it. Because I play guitar, and I don't know if I can sing or not. I do have that Foo Fighters audio back in the day when I was going to sing that song at our wedding. I didn't do it. I chickened out because Just I guess apparently didn't cut the mustard on the singing part yet.
Oh, yikes. Cut the mustard.
You cut the mustard.
I have not heard that before. You're slaying a lot of terms today. I do have a question for you.
Yes.
I don't want you to get mad.
I won't get mad. I won't promise I won't get mad, but I'll try not to get mad.
Okay. I have told you many stories, like a lot of stories, and you don't remember any of them. So you saying, I wish my mom would have told me earlier. Do you think there's a chance that she did and you just didn't pay attention like
No.
you do to Case and I all the time?
No, and I do remember your stories. Some of them.
No.
I do. I have ADD. I do have a bad problem. I never was diagnosed fully.
I have told you stories several times, and the funny thing is that you have the same response every time. So I already know what you're gonna say after I share these stories with you. You'll ask the same questions, bring up the same points.
I'm like that relative with Alzheimer's, and they just say the same story every time. And they go,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
yeah,
here we go again.
Yeah. Well, Jägermeister's done some damage. I apologize. I'll try to listen better.
I'm just throwing it out there because you said you wish your mom would have told you earlier, and I'm like, maybe she did.
Maybe, but I don't remember. But either way, it's new to me now, so that's what I'm doing. Jessica checked in for 847, said Mad Cats in Palatine has open mic night every Tuesday.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll head out there. And Michael from School of Rock says, yes, come hang with us. We have a full adult band, 3 concerts a year. And I was on NBC News yesterday and gave Q101 Picnic a shout out because School of Rock.
Thank you so much.
They're amazing. They played Picnic last year. They'll be playing this year. Incubus, Picnic, Q101.com. They are incredible, the School of Rock people. Also had some check-ins from the weekend. I spent time at my mom's house, so I don't normally do. We have a strained past. Had an amazing time. I'll be spending more time. Alicia and Glen Ellen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sucks. I know it's getting serious on a Monday here, but so just if you have a beef, try to settle it. That's all I'm saying. Just try. I don't care if it's with a brother, with a mom, with a friend. Try to settle a beef. And sometimes you got to take the hit on it, and it sucks.
But I will say, I want to stand up for some people here
Yeah.
because relationships are a two-way street. So do what you can do so at least you can have the conscience of, okay, but sometimes it isn't going to pan out
Right.
if that other person isn't also going to put in work. A lot of times it's the olive branch first because there is stubbornness and egos that happens.
Yup.
But also don't hate yourself if you've done what you can do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Relationships are a two-way street. You cannot force a good relationship on somebody if they are just not going to provide it at all.
You can try to smack them in the head. It doesn't always work.
Does not always work.
How'd you win the weekend, Kenzie? Did you win or lose it?
Well, a little bit of both because we won one baseball game and lost the other. So it was a mixture. It was playoff baseball all weekend.
Yeah, with your kid.
And it wraps up tonight, and we're playing for third place out of the whole thing tonight.
Ah.
We should be in the championship game. It's the whole thing that gets my feathers all frazzled, but it's fine.
That's an expression I haven't heard.
I know.
Didn't cut the mustard.
It did not cut the mustard. I was upset.
Well, me and Case actually promised to go to Elgin for the game if it was the championship game.
Yeah.
And it's for the third place in the
I
championship
knew you weren't going
series.
to make it out there. I was aware.
It's kind of like when we do trivia. I'd love to give it to you. I just can't. I don't know if we can make it for. And listen, I hope he gets third place because that's great.
We deserve it as a team. I'm the dugout mom, so I spent the whole season putting catchers' uniforms on third graders and getting stuff thrown at me. The other day, I told somebody their Band-Aid was falling off, and then they handed it to me. I'm like, oh my God.
That's mean.
What?
The Band-Aid was thrown at you? Oh,
No,
the kid did it.
It was falling off, and I go, honey, you're going to go bat. And they just handed me their dirty Band-Aid. I'm like, there was a trash can right there.
It's been
a long season.
I just pictured some, dad that was mad and took a bloody Band-Aid and threw it at you for some reason.
No, they wouldn't do that to me. I'm too feisty.
Well, I know they get a punch back in the face, yeah.
Exactly. It wouldn't go well.
Okay, well, good luck for third place.
That was rude.
No, I'm not being mean.
Are you trying to be mean to my 9-year-old?
No, I'm not. Because
there's a lot of teams. It's not like there's 3 teams.
I understand. No, I'm just saying I probably won't make it.
Your voice sucks, but you're not a good singer.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, every morning, Gil Curtis comes in around this time, gives you what he thinks are the important headlines.
This is not headline news. Motley Crue might be teasing a small club show. The club can't be too small, though, or Vince Neil won't fit inside. Baby shark bath toys are being recalled because they caused cuts and stab injuries. But the worst damage they've done is getting that stupid song stuck in parents' heads. People are complaining online that the SpongeBob popsicle doesn't have gumball eyes anymore. Yeah, we're pretty much guaranteed to lose our next war, aren't we? And the U.S. will host the FIFA World Cup in 2025. So you have another 2 years before you have to pretend you care about soccer. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.